I have a pleasure of announcing the two task force. One force is about studying, researching, reviewing across the country with help from AFT in order to find the best variations of high school schedules that will meet the needs of the learning of our children. Second is the formation of a task force that will work on teacher evaluation, children's evaluation, and their testing. How much testing do we really need in the classroom? And do we determine one test to analyze if our children are moving ahead and learning? Those are the questions that we will be researching and reviewing. I'm pleased that Mr. Runcie and I, BTU, and the district can focus together and work in a collaborative manner to do the best for our schools, to do the best for our children, our educators, and our community.
This is a fundamental philosophical shift from where we've been going for decades in this country, which has been almost myopically focused on assessments and accountability. We believe that this is time for us to really think about investing in teachers, investing in their capacity. To make that happen, there are three major initiatives that we will start with. First is a new evaluation system, an evaluation system that has multiple components in it that better reflects what's going on in the classroom and the value that our teachers are bringing to public education and student outcomes. It's one that should have multiple measures on it, but most importantly, it's less about the evaluation than it is about building capacity of our teachers. Secondly, we recognize that because of class size requirements in this state, a major unfunded mandate, that our high schools are struggling in many areas, and we need to find ways to be able to address workload conditions in our high schools. So we have a high school reform task force that's put together, and it consists of teachers from our high schools, as well as administrators and representatives from the union. And the last thing I would say is that we must continue to focus on improving the overall working conditions for our teachers. We need to make sure that we have safe and modern schools in Broward County. In this district, we have a 5-to-1 student-to-computer ratio. Majority of those computers are out of date, out of warranty. They need to be replaced. We have well-documented situations around this district where we have leaky roofs, air conditioning systems that don't work, safety projects such as single point of entry that haven't been completed. All of those things will be addressed by our general obligation bond referendum. So all of this ties together, building a great school system, having high quality education, everybody collaborating, and then providing the tools to make that happen through the initiatives we put together.
As Superintendent Runcie said, what binds us is the dedication and commitment and our passion for helping kids achieve, all kids, not some kids, but all kids, to reach their God-given potential. But we know that there's two ways that have been, talked about to do things. One is this kind of fixation on testing and sanctioning and things like that, which has happened around the country and has happened in Florida. And the other is to basically say, what is it that kids need? And how can we build the capacity and the cultures in schools to do that? And these three task forces are about, or these two task forces are about doing that, as is the Bond Act. The task force about evaluation is to say, what do we need to do to make evaluation better, to be about supporting and improving, to build the capacity. So the expectation is collaboration. The expectation is how we build capacity. The ultimate outcome is not about compliance, but it is about how we help kids learn and how we help teachers constantly improve and change to do that. And the second is, how do we actually make sure that our schools have the resources and our teachers have the resources and the working conditions that they need, particularly in the high school level. So I am delighted to be here. We at the AFT will help in any way we can, regardless of what's happening in Tallahassee. The management of the system and the union in the system, those closest to kids, are going to work together to help kids succeed. So I want to say to both of you, thank you very much for this very, very important step. Thank you.